Greetings, everyone. Yesterday's video sparked a whole other interest in the Chrissy and her Toucherman's saga, okay? And if truth be told, the more we talk about these individuals, the more we enable them to continue in their dysfunction, okay? So I think this is going to be my last one. I'm going to appease my audience that wants one more taste of what I gotta say about this distasteful situation. Okay. There were so many questions yesterday, and I just chose this one. And the person says, in your own guess, what is the real reason why Chrissy stay with her man? And what a broad question, a general question. You could say, for the same reason why so many other women stay with their dysfunctional relationship. Let's keep it real. At one point or the other, anyone listening to this video might have been in a dysfunctional situation. May not be that extreme, but for as long as you remain in a toxic situation, these things could be applied to you to say, you know what is it about me that allowed myself to be used this way, to be abused this way? What happened for me to surrender to this? Why did I not have more respect for myself and all of that? Everybody listening to this video at one point or the other know what it feels like to, trade in your dignity. Maybe not in a relationship, but even for the job's sake, tolerating more than you're supposed to. But anyway, I'm going to give you 10 reasons why Chrissy stayed with Uncle Toucher. Number one, for her, being married is a status symbol. It doesn't matter how dysfunctional the marriage is. She believes she can make Uncle Toucher love her, and that she likes the image or maybe the feeling she got from people accepting her for her as being seen as a role model. That's addictive, people. It's addictive that so many thousands of people see you as a role model. It's hard to walk away from that. Number two, poor self-esteem. She presents the I got it together look, but the material things are a cover up for how she feels about herself. She masks her pain by staying busy, that escape from reality. How many of you, or how many times are you feeling really terrible and you start cleaning, you go shopping? We often call it retail therapy. So oftentimes people mask their truth by presenting an image of themselves um, that clearly is hiding their poor self-esteem. Number three, feeling trapped. So the feeling of guilt because Mr. Toucher gave her that green card. But at the same time, there's a certain level of resentment that sets in. So as she moved between these two emotions, one of gratitude and the other of disgust, bearing three kids who she does not want to raise in a single parent household is one of the reasons why she stays. Number four, guilt. So her family is headed by a sick man, and he has managed to convince her that if she leaves him, he will not survive that breakup, and neither will she. So she gets a feeling that he can't live without her, but at the same time, she fails to see that that is a threat. Yes, or maybe she does know it's a threat, and she kind of feels at the same time valued, like, oh, I'm so important to him, because she often talk about how he used to watch her, and for some reason, it gave her some type of validation. Okay. Now, the argument that I can't live without you is very scary for somebody who's rational in their thinking. The idea that if I can't be with you, I will not be able to survive is very, very scary. So I don't know if she's scared or she feel, you know, honored to know that, you know, she means so much to him. But the behavior doesn't match that story at all. You can't live without somebody. You'll never do anything to hurt them or to isolate them, you know? Number 5, they have secret for each other. I'm very convinced. She knows he has eyes for the princess, but too weak to accept that the problem cannot be fixed with love, with God, with money. A broad board across the back will not remove that taste for the young flesh. Number 6, too invested in the image, in the money, in the fame. She cannot let that go, will not let that go. Just remember that. So you can go in the church and hide in the church and use as an excuse the idea of forgiveness, so you don't have to make that decision, make the right move, using God as that excuse to remain in that situation. Number 7, fear. She genuinely fears him, I think. If she was to decide to end that, she would have to disappear. She would have to go in hiding. And if she leaves the limelight, which is very important to her, she cannot survive. So she would rather stay in that situation than disappear, because the only way to break that off is really to go into hiding. Number 8. She's convinced she can't do better, that no one will want her. And that is coming from what he says to her. And anybody who's been in a abusive situation understand these type of men. Okay, they convince you. After a while, you start to believe in the lies. Okay. Number 9, depression. She can't accept the fact that he doesn't really want her. Remember the book White Oleander, where the man was chasing after this woman who had no interest in him, and when he finally got her, he pretty much just dumped her, and that feeling of rejection is something that a lot of women who in the beginning were not interested in these men, and eventually when they surrender, they get married, they give bear children. And that's why men that you see love to just breed up woman back to back to back, always want you pregnant. Those men, especially if you're someone who have terrible pregnancies and they always want to put you back in that state, that is not love. But usually there's more behind that to keep you pregnant. So toxic, so disturbing. No money, no fame, no beautiful thing can really sanitize this situation. Because what we hear is that I forgive you, I forgive him, and God this and God that. An excuse to accept that this nasty thing may have happened in your household, and now you're asking God to fix what you can fix for yourself. Thank you guys for watching, for listening, and for your continuous support. Please remember to turn on your notification, that's the bell, so that when I upload, you can be the first to see it. And please send me other questions or other videos that you'd want me to respond to, because I think this one ran out of good taste. Okay? Let them do what they have to do. Let them live their own lives. We are over it now. Okay? Stay blessed, everyone.